Hey, leaders, I am so excited. This Sunday, we are starting First Timothy. And I don't know about you, I don't know how much you've got to read through First Timothy yet, but man, if the first chapter doesn't get you excited, man, nothing else will during First Timothy. There is so much richness just in this first chapter, and I am so excited this week just to dive into the foundation that Paul is laying for First and Second Timothy. Man, what an incredible two books. And if you haven't already started to study, and if you haven't already started to pour into it, if you haven't got the gift from me yet, make sure you get that from me this Sunday. I know I have a couple of you that haven't got the gift from me yet, but man, we are going to be going through the first chapter this Sunday. And in the email attached, you will see that I've got the breakout for all the weeks of us going through First and Second Timothy. That way, you know what to study, when to study, and what we're going to be going through. But man, I am excited. I am so excited. And what we're going to be doing is about 20 minutes of teaching. And then you guys will have about 40 minutes of small groups, really allowing you guys to be the one that's going to break it down. And as you'll notice, as the email I attach, I only give you guys about 4 questions. And that's what I'm going to try to keep it to, because sometimes I can give so many questions that you can't even get through. So I'm going to give about 4. Some of your groups, that is way too many. Some of your groups, that's not enough. And so you got to know your group, and also know that these questions you can adjust for your group. You can add some things too, or maybe a question you need to stay on longer. You totally have the freedom to do that. Here's what I would ask, is that just in your small groups, just as a reminder, think of the 80-20 rule, okay? I want those students to be doing 80% of the talking. 80%. Is you as leaders, and make sure knowledge, you're maybe making sure that you're bringing it back to where it needs to go, but really allowing the students to discuss and talk. And sometimes that requires you to embrace some awkward silence. Listen, I love the awkward. I embrace the awkward, but I know that's difficult for some people. So just to know, embrace the awkward silence. Here's the second thing. Sometimes that means you need to call out specific people. Hey, Eden, what do you think about this? Hey, Bowden, what do you think about this? And call out specific people within your group and get them to pull in, get them to not advertise, but get them to play a role into small groups that day. But like I said, you guys can adjust the questions. Let the Spirit lead in that. Know your group. Know what you need to spend more time on. And then here's what I also want you guys to do. Make sure you individually invite those kiddos to Epic. You know, me and the pastors were at a convention this past Monday, Tuesday, and we heard some sobering statistics from a guy named Shane. He's actually doing Epic next year. But Shane is over NAM Next Gen, and he was telling us about Gen Z. And this is an email just because I want you to be able to grasp this, but telling us about NAM Gen Z. I mean, sorry, not NAM Gen Z, just Gen Z in general. Gen Z, when polled, 30% of them said that religion is even important to them. That's all religions. Buddhism, Mormonism, Christianity, all religions. It took into account 30% religion is important. And of that 30%, 20% of them said going to church is important. Now, we know that not every student who shows up to church has a relationship with Jesus, and we don't know what they're quantifying their church experience as. Is it a Mormon church? Is it a Catholic church? Where are they at with Jesus? What's their relationship? Well, let's just take that 20%. Okay, let's put it on the high side. If we do 20% of Gen Z, that leaves 57,600,000 students that are lost. If you look at like the data that we place on lost people groups, at unreached people groups, you could classify as Gen Z in the United States, just in the United States, Gen Z in the United States is a lost people group. 57,600,000. So here's the sobering side of that. Man, there is so much work to do. And your role is so important. We are raising and shaping missionaries, because every day the students in your group go to school. That Monday, when they leave Sunday and they go to school Monday, they are stepping into one of the most lost generations, the most unreached generations. our history has seen. So no, your role is so valued and so important, and you making a connection with these students is essential. And so I thank you. Thank you for partnering with me. Thank you partnering more so with our church and then furthermore with your Savior to impact these kiddos, these students, these world changers, these missionaries. Man, we want to train them up and then we want to deploy them. So I'm excited for this week. I'm excited to dive into 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy is laying the ground rules, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, but just laying the ground rules for 1 Timothy. He's saying, hey, the foundation has to be set on the true gospel. The foundation of all teaching. How do you know false teaching? Compare it to the true gospel. And really that is where Paul takes 1 Timothy chapter 1, and that's where we're going to be talking about on Sunday. But so excited to see you guys. So excited to partner with you guys. Thank you for what you do. Love you guys, and we'll see you Sunday.